Hello, I'm Jeremy Slager, Executive Director here at Ballet 5/8, and I am here with solo artist Valerie Linsner, who will be playing the lead role of Maria in our upcoming production of La Llorona. Now Valerie, who is Maria and what can the audience expect from your role?
Yeah, Maria is a mother. She is married to Manuel. She has 2 daughters, Milena and Jacinta, and then she just had a baby, a little boy. We call him Chico. And she is the main character of this ballet, and she is the one whose story we're following. She experiences postpartum depression with Chico, and that's her first experience of postpartum depression after her previous children. So this is new to her, and so La Llorona is kind of her antagonist in this ballet.
It seems like it would be really difficult stepping into a story with that much depth and complexity when you're not a mom yourself.
Correct.
And so how have you kind of learned to enter that story, and is there anything that's surprised you about that journey through postpartum depression?
Absolutely, yes. It's been a really good challenge. It's been a big learning experience. I see moms all the time, and so that one I feel like I can act and kind of take cues off of my own mother, other moms I've seen before. But when it comes to a mother experiencing postpartum depression, I've been researching, listening to podcasts. We got to talk with a woman who has done a lot of research. So she was able to give us a lot of insight into the experiences of a lot of moms, as far as kind of what they have described their experience to be like, which has been really helpful to be able to have those women's thought processes, and even things like it felt like I was stuck, or it felt like I was in an ocean, or it felt like there were cobwebs in my brain. And so that's been really helpful, especially since we're physically embodying it. So that's been really helpful, those cues for me to play with in the creative process.
Yes, and so as you've been working with Juliana to take those metaphors and those feelings and turn them into movement, what have you done to try and describe Maria's movement on stage using your body?
I've been trying to, I use a lot of my imagination. Especially since we're in a space where we're not actually in the desert, or we're not actually in a home, but being able to visualize kind of what's happening, and then that helps me a lot to be able to kind of be like, okay, when I'm sitting in this chair in physical realm, she's just sitting in a chair. But in her brain, she's somewhere completely different, where La Llorona has led her mind. And so she's here, and because of, we want to make this interesting to watch, also portray what's actually going on internally, that imagination has to kind of filter into my movement and embody it into, instead of just sitting in a chair and thinking, I'm actually kind of melting and sprawling onto the floor, because that's what's happening in my head.
Yes, and watching the ballet, it's I can feel that coming through, which is so fun, because it's there's a depth and a richness, I feel the depression watching it. And so I was just curious how you're able to bring those things together. And it must be really interesting too, being able to watch the embodiment of your depression in La Llorona. And so what is your relationship with that character on stage?
Something that has been really helpful in the creative process has been knowing that whenever La Llorona enters the stage, our atmosphere is supposed to shift. So she feels whenever she enters the stage, we should all feel more weighted, more heavy, more kind of a sinking in your spirit. And Maria especially is the one who feels that the most. There are some scenes where Manuel, you kind of see him like kind of through Maria, like because he's so connected with her on a relational level and an emotional level, because he loves her so much, he like kind of feels the burden of that too. But that has been how that's played out.
It's fantastic. Now, we've got 3 shows coming up. Yes. Which ones will you be playing Maria?
Yes, I'm playing Maria on September 21st in Minnesota, as well as October 6th at the Harris.
Very good. We hope to see you guys there.